The Apple Watch Ultra 3 and the Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 Sapphire Edition are not competing for casual fitness trackers. They are competing for the buyer who trains seriously, goes places where infrastructure disappears, and needs a watch that is still useful when everything around them gets hard. That buyer is watching this right now. And by the end of this video, they will know which watch was actually built for their life. For any watch that calls itself built for endurance, battery life is the first question. Not because battery is the most glamorous spec, but because a dead watch at mile 40 of a 60-mile Ultra is just an expensive bracelet. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 delivers up to 42 hours of normal use and 72 hours in low-power mode, with 20 hours of GPS workout tracking available in that mode. Customers confirm 2 days of real-world use including daily workouts. Solid for a daily smartwatch. The Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 changes the frame entirely. Customers report up to 2 weeks between charges. Even at conservative real-world estimates, this watch outlasts the Ultra 3 by a factor of 3 to 5. For a multi-day trail race or any expedition where charging is not an option, that is not an incremental advantage. It is the difference between a watch that serves the full mission and one that requires logistics around charging. Edge, Garmin epix Pro Gen 2. By a decisive margin on endurance battery. Both watches track every workout, every metric, and every health indicator a serious athlete needs. The question is what they do with that data once it exists. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 delivers Workout Buddy powered by Apple Intelligence, training load tracking, heart rate zones, pacer, running power, and custom workouts across running, swimming, cycling, and open water, all integrating seamlessly with Apple Health for iPhone users. The Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 was not designed to complement a phone. It was designed to be the training computer. Hill Score measures running strength on ascents and tracks improvement over time. Endurance Score synthesizes data across all your athletic activity into a single number that updates each session. Training Readiness gives you a daily go or no-go signal by combining HRV, sleep quality, and recent training load before you start warming up. Advanced pacing modes are built for race day execution. Preloaded TopoActive maps, ski resort data, and golf course maps add offline navigation infrastructure the Ultra 3 cannot match without cell signal. Edge, Garmin epix Pro Gen 2, on training depth, endurance coaching, and offline navigation. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 uses precision dual-frequency GPS that reduces location error in urban canyons, dense forest, and canyon walls. A strong implementation consistently praised in real-world use. The Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 uses multiband GPS with SatIQ technology, continuously selecting the optimal satellite combination for the environment while managing power. Multi-GNSS support adds GLONASS and Galileo for redundancy where any single system degrades. TopoActive offline maps deliver turn-by-turn terrain navigation without a cell signal, and up-ahead prompts surface waypoints and water sources mid-route without stopping to check. For wilderness navigation, the Garmin is purpose-built. The Ultra 3's GPS tracks athletes. The Garmin navigates them. Edge, Garmin epix Pro Gen 2, on multi-GNSS precision, SatIQ optimization, and offline navigation. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 carries satellite communications, texting emergency services via satellite when there is no cellular signal or Wi-Fi. Fall detection and crash detection trigger automatic emergency contact. For an athlete who trains alone in remote environments, satellite communication is the safety infrastructure that all other features depend on. The Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 does not currently include satellite emergency messaging in the same direct implementation. This is the Ultra 3's clearest advantage in this comparison, and for athletes who regularly venture beyond cellular coverage, it is an important one. Edge, Apple Watch Ultra 3, on satellite emergency communications. The Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 Sapphire runs a 1.4-inch always-on AMOLED with a sapphire lens and titanium bezel. The round form factor transitions from trail to professional setting far more naturally than the Ultra 3's 49mm square case. The built-in LED flashlight, variable intensity, and strobe modes handles pre-dawn and post-dusk training without carrying separate gear. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 uses a titanium case with sapphire crystal, a display engineered for direct sunlight brightness at wrist angles, and an action button for glove-compatible hardware control. Water resistance is 100 meters. Both builds are premium. The Garmin's versatility and flashlight give it the edge for athletes whose watch follows them beyond training hours. Edge, Garmin epix Pro Gen 2, on daily wear versatility and built-in flashlight. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is iPhone only, and within that, it is the deepest watch phone integration available. Calls, Apple Pay, health continuity, and Apple Intelligence coaching all work because Apple controls both ends. The Garmin works with both Android and iOS. Its 32 gigabytes of onboard storage handles offline music, maps, and app data without relying on a phone. For any athlete not on iPhone, or any buyer who values hardware that is not locked to one manufacturer, that openness matters. Edge, Apple Watch Ultra 3 for iPhone users. Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 for platform flexibility. Beyond satellite safety, the Ultra 3 is a meaningfully better daily smartwatch than the Garmin for non-training hours. Notification management, cellular calling, Apple Pay, and third-party app depth make it far more capable as an everyday carry device. For athletes who want one watch that handles the full range of daily life as competently as it handles training, the Ultra 3 serves both roles at a level the Garmin does not match. The Garmin's training intelligence has a real learning curve. Hill score, endurance score, and training readiness are powerful, but they require time with the watch before the data becomes meaningful. Buyers who want immediate out-of-box usefulness without interpretation will find the depth initially overwhelming. This comparison does not have a single winner that serves every buyer, and saying so is the most honest thing this video can do. For iPhone users who want the best integrated daily smartwatch that also handles serious athletic training, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 wins. Satellite emergency communication, Apple ecosystem depth, cellular connectivity, and 72 hours in low-power mode make it the most complete wrist tool for an iPhone-carrying athlete who values connectivity and safety infrastructure alongside performance. At $768 to $780, it is priced at the premium it delivers. For the serious endurance athlete, the trail runner, the ultramarathoner, the mountaineer, the triathlete who trains across weeks and needs a watch that survives the full block, the Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 Sapphire Edition wins on the categories that define that athlete's life. 2 weeks of battery, hill score, endurance score, training readiness, offline TopoActive maps, multi-GNSS with SatIQ, a flashlight built into the watch, works with any phone. At $500 to $653, it delivers training intelligence the Ultra 3 cannot match at any price. If forced to choose one winner for the athletic buyer this comparison was written for, the Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 is that watch. The training depth, battery endurance, and navigation capability are the exact features a serious athlete reaches for, and the Garmin has spent decades refining them. The Garmin epix Pro Gen 2 Sapphire Edition is the winner. Both watches are linked in the description below. Check pricing before you decide, since both have moved within their ranges. The Ultra 3 is the better daily smartwatch for iPhone users. The Garmin is the better training tool for serious athletes who need a watch that outlasts the mission. The buyer who lives mostly at a desk with weekend races wants the Ultra 3. The buyer who measures training in weeks and races in miles wants the Garmin. If you want comparisons videos like this, then hit subscribe. This channel is built to protect your next purchase before you make it. The Garmin wins for the athlete. Thanks for watching.